welcome back to Mojo Grip. Mike here. Today we're going to check out more airplanes that won't break the bank. Understanding that as you advance in your pilot career, you're also going to need the right aircraft to meet your missions. To fly instrument, for example, you'd also need a well-equipped airplane to meet that flight plan. Unfortunately, instruments can almost double the price of an airplane. But today we're going to check out some great instrument-rated airplanes that you can buy for $50,000 or less. I know that sounds like a lot of money, and it is. If you don't have $50,000 sitting in the bank, you're not out of luck just yet. You can also get access to these same airplanes by checking out airmojo.io. This is a great aircraft marketplace that allows students and pilots like yourself to get access to local airplanes at an affordable hourly rate. Just head to airmojo.io, type your location in the search box, and you'll be able to find the perfect airplane to meet your mission. Now let's jump into our list. The first instrument airplane that any pilot should consider is the Piper Cherokee 180. The Cherokee 180 comes from a line of different models. As a matter of fact, the Piper Cherokee actually starts from the 140, and then you have the 160, and you go all the way up to the 235. But the 180 is the perfect middle child. Generally well equipped for instrument flying, but you also have the power plant to get you through weather. The Piper Cherokee is powered by a 180 horsepower Lycoming engine. This airplane will climb at a respectable 700 feet per minute. Expect your cruise speed in the 130-140 miles per hour range, and this airplane can travel up to 600 miles. You have a nice useful load of 1,100 pounds, and while you may not be able to fill up the 4 seats with full fuel, the Piper Cherokee 180 is still a great workhorse. Perfectly nimble airplane, and is great for beginners, especially in instrument conditions. These planes generally sell up to $90,000, but you can find them with the right equipment between $40,000 and $50,000. Number 2. The Mooney M20. The M20 also comes from a line of different models. There's the Mooney M20C, the M20E, the M20J, and the list goes on. While Mooney as a company has been plagued with financial problems over the years, they have been able to build out some remarkable aircraft. And the Mooney M20 series is one of the most popular models they have. This airplane is also considered a complex aircraft since it has a retractable landing gear. The early 60s models of the Mooney M20 is a great beginner pilot, not just because it's affordable, but this airplane is also very economical and you can go quite fast in them. Also powered by a Lycoming IO 360 engine, the Mooney M20 with the wheels up will cruise up to 200 miles per hour. And this is while burning 8 to 10 gallons of fuel per hour. Known for its performance and quickness, the Mooney M20 also usually comes very well equipped, particularly for instrument flying. While you may find very well equipped Mooney M20s over $100,000, there are plenty of early models for much cheaper prices. A good instrument rated Mooney M20 can still be found for under $50,000 if you look in the right places. And right now you can rent one on airmojo.io for only $110 per hour. That's even much cheaper than owning one. This Mooney M20 here is a 1980s model, very well kept, clean, with glass instrument. You've got 4 seats, and this airplane will cruise at a respectable 170 miles per hour. It's currently based in Albuquerque, New Mexico, and you can get access to it for only $110 per hour. Number 3. The Grumman Tiger. This is one of the best kept secret in civil aviation. The Grumman Tiger meets just about every mission you throw at it, and this airplane is not only great for a beginner's pilot, it's also a great training aircraft. Unlike the Mooney or the Cherokee, the Grumman Tiger is also powered by a Lycoming IO 360 engine. This powers the airplane to cruise between 150 and 160 miles per hour. The fuel burn is roughly 10 to 12 gallons per hour, and the Grumman does hold about 51 gallons of fuel in its tanks. The Grumman Tiger is a true 4-seater airplane with over 1,000 pounds of useful load. And just like its predecessor, you have a sliding door to get in the airplane. This may not seem as much, but comfort does go a long way when you travel long distance. And during those summer flights, you'd be grateful to have that sliding door. The Grumman Tiger generally comes well equipped with the right instruments, but you'd also find many of these aircraft in the market with nice upgrades. If you have $50,000 to spend on an airplane today, these airplanes are currently selling between $45,000 and $60,000. Number 4. The Cessna 172. By far the most popular airplane ever produced in civil aviation. The 172 also comes in different variants, so you'll have a lot of options to choose from. But as a well-equipped instrument aircraft, the 172 definitely earned its badge. There's a reason why so many flight schools use this airplane to train their students. For one, it's readily available, which also means getting parts and doing your maintenance for this airplane is quite easy. But in actual performance and in a training environment, the Cessna 172 is a great platform that's also very forgiving. It's not the fastest airplane in its class, but you can consider it the most durable. The 172 also uses a Lycoming engine. You have a range between 500 and 600 miles, and the Cessna 172 will burn anywhere from 9 to 10 gallons of fuel per hour. Depending on the year model you get, the 172 series can definitely run you over $100,000. But if you focus on a particular era, maybe the 60s or early 70s model, you will be able to find a well-equipped 172 between $40,000 and $60,000. And the last airplane we're looking at today is the Varieze. This is a very unique bird, not just because of its design, but also the fact that this is an experimental airplane. And I wanted to include this particular aircraft because I want you to have options. While flying a certified airplane is the most common practice, an experimental airplane also is a great option for pilots who are looking to get into an instrument-rated aircraft. And the Varieze is probably one of the cheapest airplanes you can get your hands on. This is a small two-seater airplane that can take you far. Very far. The Varieze will travel up to 2,000 miles in range, and this is while cruising over 180 miles per hour. You have a useful load of 615 pounds, and so you have enough room for yourself and some baggages. The Varieze can be equipped for both VFR and IFR flying, and while you may not be able to fly this airplane in all types of weather, it's still a very great option to consider. Why? Because you can find these birds for as low as $25,000. But here's the part you have to be extremely careful. When shopping for an experimental airplane, it's very important to consider the safety aspect. Understanding that this plane is either built by somebody else or a shop. But it may also serve you well to be mechanically inclined and have a good knowledge of airplanes before purchasing an experimental. But if you have $50,000 in hand, you may be able to buy 2 of these airplanes. And that is it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please give the video a thumbs up, share it with somebody who needs it, and also make sure you subscribe with the notification bell on. Thank you all so much for watching. Again, my name is Mike, and once again, make sure you check out airmojo.io. If you're in the market, you're looking to buy, or perhaps you want to save your money and just rent an airplane that's local to you, Airmojo is the perfect marketplace to do that. See you on the next video.